Hey, this is Joe. This one is from Andy in the UK. Andy says, my question is, what sort of time would you give daily to telephone leads, and how many calls would you make in an hour, every hour per day? Would be working a day job at the same time as I'm using the auto marketer to start with, and I want to know how much time it's going to take me. Thanks for the great videos and content you give away for free. It's very much appreciated over here. Best. What I suggest to my mentor students is call 15 to 20 people per week. That should take you 8 to 10 hours or less. I doubt that it's going to take you 10 hours to call 20 people. Typically, your conversations are going to last between 8 minutes and 15 minutes on average, probably. You may take a little bit longer. As you get better, they're going to take longer, and you ask more questions, it's going to take a little bit longer. If they're only taking you 2 minutes and you're off the phone, it means that you're not asking enough questions, you're not staying on the call long enough and helping them make a decision, or there's no way that you can understand their situation if you've only talked to them for 2 minutes. So you have to learn that process and get good at it as you go. So put in 8 to 10 hours a week. Get enough calls, get enough leads that you can call 15 or 20 people a week. And if you do that, you're going to turn into a real business in just a matter of months. And you're going to start being able to put these deals together. And once you learn how to do it, you'll start talking to fewer people, but you'll be better at the people you talk to, and you'll be able to make choices about which leads to talk to, because you'll know which ones are converting over which others that don't convert. But you need that practical experience to know what is what. Most people think, oh, that lead sucks, instead of thinking that they suck. They suck on the phone. That's why they're not getting those deals together. If you learn how to talk on the phone, then all leads start making sense. Everybody that lists their house for sale by owner is motivated seller. And we're always thinking, oh, well, they had to somebody die in the family, or they had to get a divorce, or there had to be some awful thing that has to happen to them before they're motivated. No, they're motivated, or they wouldn't be on the for sale by owner list. Now, there's different levels of motivation. I understand that, but if they're putting it on Craigslist for sale, that means they want to sell their property, or they're just testing the waters. Very few people are just testing the waters because it's a pain in the butt, and it's a pain in the butt to get a property up on Craigslist and to leave it up there and to take the calls from it. So if they're talking to you, if they're responding to you, that means they want to sell their property, and they're trying to find the best way to do it, and they don't know what they're doing. These people don't have a clue. We know that 85 to 95% of for sale by owners don't succeed. So the very fact that they're putting it up for sale by owners shows that they don't know what they're doing. So whenever it always boggles my mind when I find a realtor who lists their property for sale by owner thinking they might be able to sell it on their own, because they don't understand that it's the MLS that is selling the properties. That's why realtors can be successful when they're selling a property for cash. Or if we're selling a property on Craigslist, it's because we're offering terms, or we're offering dramatically under market value. Those are the ways that we can sell it, or that anybody could sell on Craigslist, without using a realtor. So I guess that's it. Just put the time in, make the calls. As time passes, you get into it where you start putting together lease option memos, and you're going to start converting, 1 in 5, 1 in 3 people you talk to. Now you're going to be putting together 2 or 3 deals in a week, perhaps. That starts getting interesting. Now you're talking to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people a week maximum, and you don't have to talk to 20 people or 30 people a week any longer. So give yourself the time to do that, and you can still put together multiple deals every week. All right, hope that helps.